Welcome back to the Sharing English podcast, where we explore stories from the English-speaking world, spoken slowly and clearly for curious English learners like you. Let's get started. Hey everyone, it's Freya. If you learned English outside the United States, you probably learned that the word holiday means vacation. And in many countries, that's still true. But in the US, the word holiday usually means something very different. Today, we're going to talk about what Americans mean by a holiday, how this compares to bank holidays and vacations in other countries, and why this word causes so much confusion for English learners. In the UK and in many other English-speaking countries, the word holiday has two common meanings. First, it can mean a public or bank holiday. This is an official day when banks, government offices, and many workplaces are closed. On these days, most people have the day off work, and services may run on a reduced schedule. Second, and this is very important, holiday often means vacation. If someone in the UK says, "I'm on holiday," they usually mean they are traveling or taking time off work, not that it's a public holiday. Both meanings are normal and widely understood outside the United States. In the United States, though, is where things change. In American English, holiday almost never means vacation. Americans usually say vacation when they are taking time off work or traveling. If an American says, "I'm going on holiday," it can sound unusual or slightly foreign, even though it's perfectly correct in other varieties of English. In the US, the word holiday usually refers to a federal holiday or a culturally important day like Halloween or Valentine's Day. So already we have one word with very different meanings depending on where you learned English. Federal holidays in the US mainly affect government services. On federal holidays, government offices close, banks also usually close, post offices close, and many other businesses will also choose to close. Some common examples include New Year's Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, Independence Day on July 4th, Thanksgiving, and Christmas Day, which would be the 25th of December. Some of these holidays always fall on the same date, like Christmas Day and July 4th, while others in the US are placed on Mondays to create long weekends. We see this with holidays like Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which is celebrated on the third Monday in January, which just happened to be the 19th of January a few days ago, and Memorial Day, which is observed on the last Monday in May. However, and this is very important, a federal holiday does not automatically mean that everyone has the day off. In practice, holidays in the US can look very different depending on your job. Some workers get the day off with full pay. Some workers still work but receive extra pay or overtime. Others work their normal hours with no additional pay at all. Hourly workers may face a different situation. If they don't work on a holiday, they may simply lose a day of income. Unlike in many countries, U.S. labor laws do not guarantee paid holidays for most workers. Whether you get time off or extra pay usually depends on your employer, your industry, and your union if you're a part of one. Holidays can be especially confusing and challenging for parents. Schools often close on federal holidays, but parents may still be required to work. This means families may need to arrange childcare, take unpaid time off, or use one of their personal vacation days. In the US, a school holiday, and a work holiday don't always happen on the same day. This mismatch can be stressful and expensive for families. The United States doesn't really use the term bank holiday in the same way as the UK or other English-speaking countries. Federal holidays are the closest equivalent, but they often function differently. They mainly affect government services, not all workers. So while bank holidays exist as an idea, they don't operate as universal rest days in the US. It's easy to see why this causes confusion. In many countries, holiday means vacation. In the US, holiday usually does not. And even when it refers to a public holiday, it doesn't guarantee time off. This confusion isn't about your English skills. It's about cultural differences in how work and time off are organized. So when Americans talk about a holiday, they usually don't mean a vacation, and they don't always mean a day off either. Now I'm curious, in your country, what does the word holiday usually mean? Is it a guaranteed day off, a vacation, or something else? Let me know. Thanks for listening to the Sharing English podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, I'd love it if you'd subscribe, leave a rating or review, and share the podcast with a friend who's also learning English. You can find out more about me and the podcast at our website, www.sharing-english.com. New episodes of the Sharing English podcast are available weekly wherever you listen to podcasts. As always, let me know, what topics are you interested in hearing more about? Until next time, keep listening, keep learning, and keep sharing English.